Nicole O'Neill once said, "When you find the courage to use your voice, it has the power to positively inspire and change the lives of others. It is one of the special gifts you have to offer the world. It is something to be cherished and championed, never hidden." And that is why we are here on Your Voice, Your Impact. I am the energetic EJ. I am a life and transformational coach, and I work with women aged 40 and above to turn their abandoned dreams into achievable goals by activating their voice for impact. I'm also a podcaster and an event host. On this show with me is
Great, so amazing. The goal of this show is to help people use their voices to create impact. I am a physicist and a life coach. What I do for my clients is I help them build systems to achieve their goals whilst having fun doing it. On this show, we discuss topical issues that can inspire you to move. Like, subscribe, and share. Welcome aboard.
All right. Welcome to another episode on Your Voice, Your Impact. It's a pleasure to be here again on the show with you today. I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you had a great weekend and set for the new week. And I hope that so far your day has been going well. So I have a couple of sweethearts around me. And one of them was saying to me today, like, "Auntie, why do you have so much work in one day?" I had to say that's what we signed up for. Okay, because she knows I have this. I have another event live here. And just after this session, I'm going to hit the road running so I can make it to my next event. And she's like, "Why do you have so many work in one day?" But again, that's what it is. This is what we signed up for. It's a new week, and I hope that so far your week has kicked off on a good note. So Gracie, how are you? How was your weekend, and how's your week going so far?
Hi, the energetic EJ. I'm doing very well. It's a beautiful Monday. My weekend was quiet. It was quiet. No, it wasn't quiet. On Saturday, I met with a friend. And we went out on a date and we talked for 6 hours. Quality dates. And I won't see that my friend in another 4 or 5 months again. But we made sure we talked, we connected, we bonded, and it was my highlight for the weekend. So what was your weekend and how was it?
I
What
love
was
it.
it
I
like?
think I saw that on your WhatsApp status. Network should not do like this. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so I'm like, I think I saw that on your WhatsApp status, and that I was just smiling, like, oh, this is cool. Weekend was quiet. Was it? Yeah. So yeah, weekend was a bit. It was busy actually. It was busy, and because I was moving, but yeah, it was in between. Nothing too exciting, but it was okay. It was fun. Yeah, it was good. Just there. Just there. All right. Okay. Thank God for a great weekend and a great week. These days I'm just like anybody that like asking how are you doing? I'm like, I'm growing because honestly, I am growing. Life is stretching me in this season. And but I'm really grateful for the experience of the stretch. You know how you've been through seasons over and
Mm.
again, and it's like life is not giving you breathing space. There comes a time you will get to like, okay, bring it on, whatever you want to do, just do, because I'm not going to allow you carry me up and down again. Whatever wants to happen, let it happen. I'm at that place now where I'm like, you know what, whatever is going to happen, let it happen. I'm not going to let it swindle my mood. So my mood in its essence is not swindled, but life is life is going like this, spinning, is turning on your own. But I'm kind of mood wise, I'm really like indifferent to an extent. Like I'm working on the things that I need to work on. I'm reflecting. I find myself reflecting a lot, to see what are the blind spots and all of that. But at the same time, on the outside, to an extent, it's like, see, whatever was to happen, let it happen. Like, I don't know if it can be worse than this. Bring it on. Let me experience the worst already because me, I'm tired of all this back and forth.
Mm.
But yeah, so it's been a good one, and I'm grateful for the experience, really. And I was saying to somebody today, like, you know what, is when we are alive that you start to think of, oh, what is this? Something is not going on well. If you're gone, you're gone. You can't worry anymore. You can't dream anymore. You can't pursue vision anymore. So now that I'm alive, it means that, yeah, there's still something here for me to do. So I'll focus on that rather than focus on what's not going right. And yeah, even the books I'm reading, the devotionals I'm doing are actually helping me shape my mindset in that regard. So I'm grateful for the season because it's helping me fix some things, helping me recognize some mindsets that probably I've been pushing to the side, not dealing with for a while. To like face them squarely. Because like now it's like I'm pushed to the wall. So like there's no place more to go. There's no other place to go. So I have to face it now, you see. So yeah, that's my current experience, but I'm grateful for it all. I'm just grateful that I'm able to do this in the midst of all of what's going on in my personal life. Yeah. All right.
Sending you kisses. Mwah. Sending you
Mm,
kisses
I receive it. I receive them.
and
Okay,
hugs.
so today, absolutely. Oh, that hug, I really need hug. That one, for sure, for sure. I need to be hugging people per second like this. And I don't mind. Maybe I'll just get on the like, excuse me, ma'am, can I hug you, please? Excuse
Oh.
me, sir, can I hug you? Oh my goodness. If I was in the US or Europe, I would do this. I would do that. Like I'll even like do content out of it. Like just like want to hug. I'll just do like this. There's a guy that does it online. He just does like this, and people are like, hey, but some people actually just hug him. It's beautiful. Our
You
human
can't try
beings,
that
eh?
in the UAE. And they'll be like,
No,
huh?
you cannot. Like here we say even when you greet people they don't answer, like it's the thing, like people don't answer, like people find it weird for you to say good morning or good afternoon, like why are you greeting, do I know you before? For some of us we have to insist, like we say good morning and they know answer like good morning, so that I'm speaking to you. I've literally told
Mm.
somebody in the bus, like she sat near me, I'm like, hi, good morning. She didn't respond. I'm like, hi, good morning. She was like, oh, good morning. Almost like it's impossible. Somebody actually sees me
Somebody's
to say good
greeting
morning
me.
to me.
Nice.
I'm like, wow. Well, anyways, enough of us. So today we're talking about a very, very interesting series. We are starting a new series this week. We don't know how long this series is going to go for. Okay, so but we're a new series. When we're done with this series, we'll let you know the next series. But we're going on a series that kind of highlights friendship. In this day and age, a lot of people are, it's like people are on the edge. You hear people say, even in marital relationship, people are like, trust nobody, oh, trust, so people will say, men will say, you go to trust woman. Women will say, you are trusting a man. Do you get, like, friends will like, you are trusting somebody? So there's just this thing about don't trust anybody. And I'm like, really, how did we get here? So what we want to do, our intention for this series is to highlight that we want to even see for sure, like, are there true friendship? And honestly, our guests today are proof that they are still true friendship, because when we put out the words to say we want to highlight and we want to invite friends who have been friends for years to come and share their friendship story. What's working, what's not working, what can they tell us about their own experiences that we can learn from? And people actually responded. It's a proof for us that, okay, we think true friendship still exists. And so that's what we want to do. We want to highlight it, but we want to also learn from other people's stories, so that if peradventure life has dealt with you so badly that you find it difficult to trust another human being, we are sorry on behalf of
Mm.
all the different experiences you had that made you get to that point where you cannot trust another human being. We are sorry. But we want to let you know that there are still real human beings out there. There are still true friendships out there. And it is possible to cultivate one. So, with the people who are going to be coming on the show on this series, we're thinking and we're hoping that as they share their story, you will be inspired. Maybe you already have some friendship that you've packed aside. They're like, no, it's not working. I don't do friends. For a long time, I deceived myself. I'm like, me, I don't do friends, especially girlfriends. I don't do girlfriends. But here I am. I'm friends with Gracie. It's been 4 years plus. Even though we've not seen each other in person, we've done amazing things together. We've supported each other in ways that I don't know how else you want to support somebody you call your friend again. Do you see? So I know that that has shifted my own mindset about friendship. So I know for sure that there are still good people out there, and you yourself, you can be a better version to attract the right kind of person. So we want to find out from our guests today. And so we have two beautiful friends joining us today, one from the US, another from Nigeria. So you will see that friendship is not about proximity as well. You can be walls apart and still, be in each other's lives, doing life together, supporting each other. All right. So we are super excited for our guests today. And it's even funny how they when we're setting up, I love how they were like, okay, one was like, I'm curious to know what she has to say. And the second one was like, I don't even know what to say. And she was like, typical. I love it. I love it already. I can already sense like the playfulness there. Like that playfulness is for me, it's a thing that I know, if people can play with themselves like this and take themselves on seriously, there's something there. So we're really, really looking forward to this conversation. And so we have two beautiful guests today, two friends that are going to be sharing their story, Dr. Grace and Miss Bernadine. So I'm going to bring them up on stage now so that we can meet these lovely friends and let them tell us their stories. Hello, hello. Hello,
Hi,
hello.
energetic EJ, Grace, so amazing. Hi, it's great to be here. I hope
It's
you can
great to
hear
have
me.
you. Loud and
Yes, we can
clear,
hear
loud and
you.
clear.
Nice to have you.
Thank
Hi,
you for
E
joining
and
us.
G.
Yes. So we have two
E and
Graces
G.
on the screen today. I love
Yes.
Awesome,
Mm-hmm,
awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I've spoken a lot for the intro, so I'm just going to keep quiet so that Grace can take this conversation to the next level. So, Gracie, over to you.
Okay, so thank you very much. Before we even start asking questions, I will just quickly say something. When I sent a message to Bernadine, and I told her about that we'll be talking about friends. And then she said, "Yes, my best friend. I'm going to." I was giggling where I was. I was like, "I like this. I like this." It gave me hope, and I was like, "I love this," and I'm very right now. I'm curious, and I want to learn a thing or two from you. So just tell us a bit about um, something you'd like our viewers to know about. Let me start with Grace. Dr. Grace, my namesake. I'd like for you to just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you, and then same question to you, Benedict. Something that you'd like us to know about
Hi. First of all, my apologies because I am, in motion, but it's just something I so much want to do, and I'm glad I'm doing it in motion, and I'm doing it with my daughter in the car. So yay! We're teaching the young ones too how to
My
cultivate
my goddaughter.
friendship. She was recently promoted. Please. Okay, so a little bit about me. I am just a young in heart, but most important, I'm somebody that comes from a family of 8. I'm the seventh, and I am a go-getter. But yeah, I believe that life itself is an adventure. So whatever you're doing, make it fun. Don't come. So I will do every opportunity. I would like to seize it, but I like to seize it with some fun. And so when I met Bernadine, we met around the same circles. And when I say the same circles, which is faith, around our career, and around our family. And around those circles, we were committed to it, and yet we were having fun. So that's what made us click and made us have this lasting relationship. So that's the little bit I'll say about myself because we're talking about friendship. I don't want to go into other things that I've done. I guess all those things will come out in the course of in the course of the conversation. Thank you very much.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And please, the same question to you, Bernadine. What do you have to say a little bit we should know about you and how?
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Grace. So amazing. And my own Grace is actually Grace so energetic. So she's very energetic. When she talks about faith, it's actually we both love to teach children and teenagers. We both love to be around, that environment. So that was one thing we shared in common. When she talked about careers, we both joined the same institution about the same time. In fact, the same time, and rose through the ranks, worked together. And I'm sure we're going to talk about how we navigated the different, ladders, steps in the ladder in our career together, upholding each other. When we talk about family, she's from a large family, I'm from a large family, and her family is my family is her family. We all know each other. I think I even have a name from her town. She's Egon from Nasarawa State, and they've given me a name, but I keep on forgetting it. So she will probably remind me again. So we've had fun, we've fought, we've laughed, we've cried together, and I'm pretty sure at the end of this, we're going to delve into all that part. The other day, I was talking to my husband and I said, Grace and I have this, online meeting. And he just said something. You stole that girl from me. I said, you can have her back if you can get her back. Because he knew her family before I even met her. He said, "You can." I told him, "You can have her back if you can get her from me," and he knows that's impossible. So that's a little bit about our lives together. Thank you.
I don't know. I thank you so much. Like AJ, you would have to help me because I don't know. This is making me smile and grin from ear to ear. And I'm just saying we just started though, and I'm feeling this way already. Over to you, the energetic.
I love it. You can see I'm grinning too. And in fact, my jaw is already aching. And we're just few minutes into the conversation, but it is lovely to see. It is refreshing. And I love what Dr. Grace said, like, uh, having the daughter in the car while she does this is also just passing on legacy without having to, you know, curate it in a way that like it's just natural. It comes natural. Like this is how it worked for us, So thank you so much for sharing that little background. And I love how both of you highlighted, what you have in common. For me, what that just shared with me right now, what that brought forth for me is like I can safely say, based on your little expose you shared with us, finding a common ground is a good way to start off, friendships, right? Finding a common ground. Does that mean that both of you do exactly the same thing? I don't think so. And I'm sure we're going to find out, even though you probably have similar journeys like in the same industry, but I'm sure probably the parts that you cover in those industry are probably different, right? But it is important to see that there are common grounds. And for me, it's like the common grounds are values. So after saying that, I'm going to say, when you first met each other, now, Bernadine, you talked about your husband knowing the family first before you came into the picture, and now you stole your friend away from your husband. That's so funny, right? But when you first met each other, what was it that sparked it for both of you? And did you actively say, let's be friends, or did it just happen naturally?
So is that question to me?
Yes, yeah, both of you can
Okay,
also
okay,
take it. Yeah,
okay.
but yeah, go ahead.
So we met first in the church. We both attend the same church, and we are both into the children's ministry. And there's one thing that we both share in common, and I don't want to say was because we still share it till date. We are very goofy. So where everybody is trying to be churches and spiritual and holy, we are finding fun in what is happening. We are making mistakes. We are laughing at ourselves. We are the ones that will do the silly things. We are not giving that holy wedge. Even though we both had that passion for Jesus, and we both had that passion for children. So we're always ready to get down on our knees if it meant playing with the children or being silly. So it was just natural for both of us to realize, we don't take ourselves, we don't lift ourselves up. We are here, and then, we're getting lifted up. So that was where we first met and first found out that the same passion, the same interest, the same goofiness, we're always laughing around each other, and everyone knows that. And we're always praying, give us a gentle and quiet spirit. We've been praying that for 20 something years, and everybody knows we are not going to get it, both of us. We are not gentle, we are not quiet. So, Gracie, what do you have to say?
I just want to recollect. If I want to recollect, I want to just give my own recollection. I think the first day I saw her in church, she was in the band, and I could tell that she was singing off tune. So, in my mind, I was like, okay, this is a new one. This is a new one. And then I sort of was like, who is that lady? Who is that lady? And they said, oh, that's Innocent's wife. So I was like, okay, interesting. And I kept on seeing her like that. She would go in and out, even with, because she had a little baby that time. So I was, okay, interesting. But I found it very, very encouraging that somebody could sing off tune and not be bothered about it. And it really taught me something. It taught me that it doesn't have to be perfect to be worship. And so I was observing her from afar, because I don't really jump into people's faces, but once I get in there, you can't get me out. And so I just kept on looking at her from afar, and just because I had a I I don't think it was a problem, but I felt that I needed to be excluded from friendship at that point because I was single and she was married, and they had group of married friends. They were doing their couple thing, so I was giving them a respectable distance. But then the thing that really pulled us in, because we're seeing each other from I was seeing her from afar, was when we went to write an exam, and we went together. And in the process, we talked, and then I just realized that, oh, she doesn't look at it that way, because I felt that I had to preserve singleness. I needed to preserve the distance between singleness and marriedness. And then she made me understand that no. And because of that, I just opened up a bit more to her. And then we found ourselves both doing Sunday school, and then it just continued blossoming like that. So I would say, first of all, she's bold. And so you observe something, I observed something about her, and it was something that I liked, even though I was laughing about it. And then secondly, an opportunity came for us to have that conversation. And that opportunity is what led to this relationship.
Right, right. Okay. I think because you're on the move, there's a little bit of interference with your audio, but I
Yes, I
pretty
think
much,
so.
yeah, but I pretty much got, what you were saying. And it's just beautiful. I love,
I want to add
yes, you wanted to
something
say
about,
something. Yes,
yes,
go
when she
ahead.
reminded me, when I joined the band, I would learn the songs that by Sunday I would not remember anything again. And I recall when and I was doing it hoping that someone would see me sing and say, but I sing better than this person. Why am I not in the band? And I always share this story. When I told them I was leaving, you know how you tell people you're leaving and they're like, don't go, don't go. People were like, oh, okay, that's good. So they were hoping out. No one said, please don't leave us. Stay, stay, we need you. I realized I was in the wrong ministry. Thank you.
That's so funny. I just love you guys already. So I think, I love it, but possibly it was so that Grace could see you. That's why you had to join in that season, so that she could see you and say, who is this one? I love it. And there's something important that Grace said, and I don't want us to glaze through, which is this concept of, oh, singles versus marriage. And I know this happens a lot in church setting, to be fair, where it's like, okay, they have singles meeting, they have married women meeting. And so there's also always that clique. And so it feels like the single ones often have that, feel that distance, even if they were friends. and one married before the other, there's just as if there is a gradual separation, because now you're doing married people stuff. I am single. We shouldn't be seen together, or I don't even know what the concept is, but I'm really glad that you kind of touched on that, and to say that it doesn't have to be that way. And so thank you, Bernadine, for also, allowing Grace to know that it doesn't have to be that way. And look at how this friendship has blossomed over 2 decades. Come on now. That's a long time to be in a friendship. A 20-year-old girl is already planning wedding soon. We're already thinking I should be to say we're so it's really beautiful. And I think I just wanted to point that out, like, dear ladies, especially like this, I believe this is mostly for women. Don't throw away your friendship because of your status, your marital status. Like, it doesn't take away from the person that you are, and from your friend that is yet to get married. So in fact, I feel like it should even solidify the friendship, because now somebody is already having a pre info into what the next person can come into, and you can use that as a bridge, right? Where, especially talking about from the angle of faith, I feel like the married people should pray more with the single people, so that they're able to make the right decision. But the single people can also pray for the married women, so that their marriages are stronger, right? So thank you so much for highlighting that, and for just putting that, like, it's a conversation you had. And when you feel like, no, it doesn't have to be that way, look at how that friendship has blossomed over the years. And it's just so beautiful. I love it. Grace, I would love for you to ask your question now.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for highlighting that, because you see someone you like, you see someone you can learn from, you see someone that you know you would benefit from in terms of values, and then you hold back because of certain things that you feel would stand in the way. You breaking that would help someone. I can tell already that this is going to be a reason why someone would approach somebody, probably a married woman, to say, I've liked you all this while, and I really, really want to be friends with you. Thank you for unpacking that. So you talked about, so this is the part that I'm really, really interested in. For every good thing, you get to hear things like, it's not always smooth. We've had our good times, we've had our bad times, and we want you to share, um, if it's okay with you, we want you to share a point in your friendship journey where you were like, you know what, I think we're done here. I don't think this friendship should go on. Just do your thing, I'll do my thing, and then just be on your own. Did you ever get to that point? And if you did, how did you navigate that particular situation? And I'm throwing the question to who now? Anyone that's okay to answer can go ahead.
Okay, I think Grace will answer if we've ever gotten to that point. But I'll answer. I'll say something about an awkward point in our friendship. One awkward point that really stood out for me, and I shared with her recently. Just like she said, when we became friends, I was already married, probably had two children. Eventually, she saw me give birth to my third child, and when she eventually got married, I had three children, and we started, trusting God that she would have a child. So this, I would never forget this point in our friendship. It was a tough one because we were praying for God to, see her and make her a mother. And then I got pregnant. And it was like, how am I going to break this news to my best friend? Like, what am I, why am I pregnant when she should be the one, having a baby? And I'll never forget that day. We were attending a friend's brother's wedding in Jos. And we're inside the room, and I said, Chris, there's something I need to tell you. I'm pregnant. And we both cried. And she said, I know how hard this was for you to say it. I know how hard, and I appreciate. And I was crying because, God, I wish she was the one, with this. And she was crying because she knew it was like, I was feeling in a way guilty that, you know, I was, so it was a really tough time. It was a really awkward time. And recently I mentioned it to her again. I said, can you remember that day? I still remember that day. And I'm, so grateful to God that God blessed her, with her daughter, who, like she said, I'm now the godmother. I've been lobbying for years. And recently I just got upgraded. So that was an awkward moment. She will probably tell you if there was any time that I don't think we've ever gotten to the point where we say we want to cut this off, but obviously we've had maybe one or two tips. But I'm probably the one that will want to keep away, and she's the one that will be in my face like this. We're talking to each other. So let Grace talk now. Gracie, I call her Gracie actually. Everybody knows. Gracie, are you on?
Are you on, Doc? I think okay, she's
Okay,
on.
now she's unmuted now. Yes.
I was trying to know what to do because I was getting such a terrible static. So another thing is that I'm
It's still breaking, Gracie.
I've parked. I've actually parked.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I've actually parked. So I don't know what I sent a message. I don't know what I should be doing. Um, if I'm supposed to go out and come back in, or is this something that I should just
Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. Go and come back and let's see if it will be clearer. Maybe your network in where you are now can just recalibrate.
okay?
Yeah.
Because I just parked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. It's okay. This is your.
That is
Uh,
clear now.
it's okay. So I'm not gonna touch anything, please.
Yes.
It's clear now,
I'm not gonna
Gracie.
touch. I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm just gonna stay parked for the next maybe 25 minutes and see how we'll do that.
That's perfect.
So, so I did hear when if he was talking about when I got married and all of that and the prayers and how we cried. And I think that's the beauty of friendship, right? Friendship is about being willing to be vulnerable to each other and being authentic. You know, I think friendship gets displaced when you are no longer authentic. Um, it's okay to actually be nervous to tell your friend something. It's the depth of the love. It's also very okay to tell the person and expect the person to get angry or expect the person to celebrate you or expect the person to be unable to celebrate at that point, but you give the person time. That's the authenticity. But when we have to keep on, and I think that's where the real trouble comes, when we have to keep on putting up, "So this is how I should respond to this is how I should respond to this," that's when problem comes in. And if there's anything I have really enjoyed about Bernadine, the friendship with Bernadine, is that it's I can be wrong. And I know she will tell me. It may not be immediately, but I'll get it. And then at the end of the day, I also know that because we both have the same Father, our Father, who is God, when cases are beyond handling, you report to Him. And He has the key to each of our hearts. He has the key to each of our hearts, so He can talk to her even when I cannot reach her. And He can talk to me even when she cannot reach me. Um, I think also some of the critical things that affect friendships, and really in that example she gave, um, our our hurt could only be passed on to God because it's out of her control. Is she gonna give me a child? Am I gonna am I gonna truth be told, am I gonna tell her don't have a child because of me? No. These are things that are really out of our control. But how we respond to them is what makes the difference. Now, the type of things that are within our control that could affect a friendship, I look at two things: the value of time and the value of money. So when you have a friendship, and you value the person's time, or or rather the things that bring about distrust is when you have a disrespect for the person's time. And in that, I mean, you take the person advantage, advantage of the person, or everything, you just dump it on the person, you dump it on the person, you don't bring to the table. That's, that's, that breaks down trust. The second thing is money. If you have a relationship and you cannot talk about money, or you cannot be faithful in money, that breaks relationships. And I think both of those, we've tried them. We've tried them, and we had problems, but we didn't have problems that were not solvable. So even if I feel, oh, if I can't do this, oh no, I will try, I will try, and we'll find another way around it. And she too, like, Gracie, I need you to do this and that. Well, I can do it, but not immediately, and it's okay. Or I can suggest to her, can you use another person or try another person? And she may give me her reasons why, Grace, I need it to be you. So that, when a person is able to tell you, I need it to be you, then you realize that, you've been given an opportunity of trust. So you use it. And then when it came to the issue of money, you're like, we did a project together, and they were external people, right? And she told me, okay, I don't want to use this external person anymore. And the external person was my family member. And I said, okay, that's fine. But if you are insistent that, okay, it has to be this way or not this way, then you break the trust, because then it becomes, why are you insisting on using this person? Why are you insisting on making it like this? And then you I I also find a way of telling her the truth, which is, hey, it's either you continue doing this investment or not, or you keep on giving out. She is she is the type of person that she first of all thinks about others, then she thinks about herself. And that's a beautiful thing. But she has responsibility to her family members, her children. And by the time I had done one or two projects and she hadn't, I said, this is wrong. I cannot be a friend and be telling you about, oh, I just finished this project, or I'm working on this, and you're not. And she is working, and she was honestly just trying to work on it with her family. And I said, well, there has to be another way, because at the end of the day, you're not making progress. You are not making progress. So let's try another way. And then I told her, as long as you keep on keeping money in your account and not putting it in something, there will be a use found for your money. If you don't know what you're going to do with your money, you will not, somebody will find a use for it. And I think that sort of turned the light bulb in her head. And so it caused her to come along with me in the project. And again, the motive at that time was not for profit. So that's another thing. What is your motive? And it's okay to actually tell your friend if the motive is profit. It's actually okay. I feel it's okay. I'd rather have a friend tell me, hey, Grace, I'm gonna sell you this thing. It's my business. I'm selling it. Right. And then I know that it's a profit. And then I can laugh about it tomorrow. I said, everybody else was giving 25% profit. Your own was 27. It can be a profit, but honesty, that's my point. So those two things, value of time and money, those are two things that I think can become quick deal breakers in friendships. And I also want to emphasize that just because they become problems doesn't mean that you cannot recover. Because true friendship is supposed to be the place you make mistakes and you correct yourself. You don't want to make a mistake with an enemy, if I can put it that way. You want to make a mistake with a friend so that the recovery time, there's a cushion. Again, as you recover, value, remember the value is time and money. That's not, we didn't have to recover in any of those areas. But I think the point we're trying to make on this chat is that if you know the loopholes, you can begin to work against, to avoid them. It's like there's a line mine, avoid the line mine. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So good.
No, you're muted. We can hear you.
Okay, so I said the question you asked, we never got to that point where we said, this is it, we're not talking to each other again. We've never gotten to that point. There have been awkward moments, but we always talk about it. And if you notice, Grace is the one that will push what, and then because probably I'm more emotive, I would rather not hurt anybody and hold it in, and then we'll talk about it. So she's been the so we've never gotten to that point. It's just been a perfect
Love it.
balance. Very perfect balance. Yeah.
I
Love it.
love
It's
it.
making me
Because
think
really
of
love.
Grace.
Yeah. Say, what do you have to say? Okay, say your own to me. I want to.
It's just making me think of you. Like I see you in all of these stories. You're the one. You're the one, madam. Let's talk about this now. What's going on? Like, I love it.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful to watch. And while she was speaking, I was just thinking of Mark Zuckerberg and the Dangotes, and even recently in our own space, Niger Branchik. And when Doc was talking, what came to my head when I was researching about friendships and how friends should be intentional about doing things together to help each other grow. So when she was talking about it, I could tell that you're very generous, and if you don't have in cases like that, you need someone that can help you. Look, what you're doing is good. You have to do this. Most times, people would give
I
such
would give it all away. Always give it all away.
and it's not always exactly. So people need such people in their corners to help them. What you're doing is good, but you can do it better. I think we all need that person, knowing someone that your own weaknesses. Your friend should be someone that in your own weaknesses, that's their own strength, and you guys can, rub off on each other. And that's the essence of this show. If you're just joining us, this is your voice, your impact. We use this opportunity to let people learn and even do things for themselves that ordinarily they wouldn't, see it as it's not even a big deal. But on this show, what you're sharing, I'm very sure many people will take something. They may know it, and that's the beauty of some of these things. They already know some of these things, but your story is going to help someone become intentional about their friendships and how they live their life. So I don't know, EJ, do you have questions for them?
Absolutely. Just before we even go into any other question, just to talk about what Dr. Grace was talking about, and what I see or what I hear as she just kept saying all those things is the power of communication. And this is not just even in friendship, it's in any kind of relationship. I have had to learn the hard way to learn how to communicate how you're feeling and how to communicate about the issue without attacking the person involved. And I think that's so beautiful that you're able to say there is a problem here, but not saying you are the problem here, right? There are two different things. When you say there is a problem here, you are shifting both your attention to the problem rather than at each other. And I think that is so important. And thank you for highlighting that. And it's just beautiful because I have just had to come to the conclusion, like any relationship that I'm unable to communicate how I'm feeling per time, I don't want to be a part of it because it's a no. It's that's like it's already broken. If I cannot be me, if I cannot communicate how I'm feeling, whether in the moment or not. Now, timing is quite important. Like I think it was whether I think it was Bernadine that was saying like timing is important. Like we might not deal with the issue right now, but we eventually will. We're not going to sweep it under the carpet and say, but that I was a master's in that before. Like I can sweep, like I can literally have issues with somebody. I will quarrel with them in my head. I will settle with them in my head, and life will continue. But the thing that broke it was the relationship I lost in 2020. And that was because I did all those things. And this person is like, I don't want you in my life again. I don't want to see you again. Like, she was so pained that she's like out of my life. And she cut me out completely. Like, I tried to apologize. Pure nothing. And this was a relationship that I knew it was divine. Like the way we met, the way we connected, it was divine. But because of that useless behavior, since then I'm like, I'd rather we quarrel. Both of us know that okay, we are quarreling. Okay, we are saying okay, we're not doing it again. Okay, it's fine, both of us. But for me to bottle it up and do all those drama in my head, I'm not doing it again. Now let's do the drama together, right? Or at least talk about things, and it's so important. So thank you, Dr. Grace, for highlighting that and pointing those two things. And I think it's not even only in friendship, even in marriage. It's still money and respect. Men want to be respected. Women want to be taken care of. So when money matter is not going and respect is not there, wahala will start, right? So it's really interesting to know that these factors cut across all relationships, and it's important that we remind ourselves or we pay attention to these things, and so that we can build solid relationship. And thank you, Gracie, for highlighting the people we look up to say that if you look closely, there is a friend somewhere that is complimenting them, that knows their weaknesses, and is using their own strength to ensure that that person does not drown in their weakness. And that is so beautiful. I see this thing that Grace did for you, Bernadine. We all need it in our lives, because I'm an empath like you. Like, let us serve. We will serve from now till Jesus come. Let's just be serving. Let's just be serving. But to what end? Like we always hear, you can't pour from an empty cup. So you also keeping some water for yourself to stay hydrated. It's not selfishness. And that's why Gracie so amazing here. So like you see that self-care. She's like, you have to give room for taking care of yourself. And that's not only about going to the spa or whatever. What are you doing in the work you're doing? How is it benefiting you as well? Right. So thank you so much. Honestly, I don't even like, I just love the way that you guys have shared your story so far. And I'm inspired already and asking myself, okay, how can I augment? Where can I get better in my relationship with my friends? So when it comes to, now you are besties, right? When it comes to numbers of friends, what are your thoughts around that? So that's two. I'll tie it to another question is like saying both of you have been close. Has there ever been any time that somebody want to enter that circle? Because sometimes when you see sweet relationships, really friendship that is sweet, you're like, God, that I wish I can be one of them. Like, come on now. So have you had any experience where somebody wants to go body like, you people should add me to your clique now. What's going on here, right? Have you had that? How did you manage that? And what are your thoughts around um how much or how many best friends should we have?
Well, in my own opinion, that is something that someone who is probably immature struggles with. You have many friends, you have many relationships, you have many things that you get from different people. Okay. And, when I said my best friend, she's the one I'm most vulnerable with, but I also have other close friends. Okay. And they're probably best friends in some other areas. Okay. So I'm sure Gracie also has lots of very close friends, some that I probably don't even know about, but she has a good relationship with them. And I also have some that she probably doesn't know about, but we have something unique because we've been in the same space and we have really been vulnerable with each other. There is no fear or trouble or concern that she's not aware of. There's no matter how low I've fallen, even when I've made the most stupid of mistakes, it's something I can bring to her. And the same thing she can also bring to me. Okay. So we haven't had that issue because, like I said, even in marriage, even in whatever you're doing, know what your boundaries are and let the other party also respect those boundaries. So
For instance, like she talked about time. If she needs to be somewhere and maybe I'm not in that circle of friends, I can't say, oh, but I want us to be together. That's really childish. Okay. This was our time for us to talk. So you need to respect the fact that there are other people in this person's life. And once you have that respect, it won't be an issue. It won't be an issue. So the like I said, we are really goofy people. So we'll probably be the ones doing it to other people. She's your best friend. No, yeah, I want to be the third leg in this wheel. But not that we'll do it to each other. Gracie.
I don't have anything to say. I think if there's any insecurity, would just be the only thing that would bring that about. And one thing I've been telling my daughter a lot recently is that um, there's always a disbalance when it's more than three people. When it's Yeah. So the relationship between you and Jesus, if you have a relationship with you and Jesus, if you carry another spirit join them, there's a disbalance. There's a disbalance. So I'm not saying that besties can only be two people. I'm just saying that if there's a relationship of three people, the third one person will feel uncomfortable at every point in time. And I'm saying that be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's just it. So be comfortable. If we're three here, three of you we're talking three, there's two graces in one way or the other. If it's two graces and a Bernadine is out because there are two graces, so she has to be comfortable being in the midst of us as two graces. So I think we put too much pressure on ourselves trying to make it always about just two people, but understanding that
Oh,
by
perfect. Yeah.
by the virtue of numbers, somebody is uncomfortable. If you look at even the relationship with you, if you have two children, you're going out with your children, you as the parent will feel left out when they start talking. So what is that? Or if the child is with two parents, the child will feel left out. Oh, your parents are always talking, they're ganging up. So we have to get to a point that we understand that is it's life is about groupings. And once the group is beyond three, is beyond two rather, because two is just the balance. Once it's beyond two, then there will be a little bit of discomfort, and be comfortable with that. Let's normalize it, please. That's my point.
Love it. Honestly. Gosh. So good. So good. Wow. I love, love, love. Thank you. Thank you,
See
first
why
of all, for
to this show alone. I had to have her here. So now I can't talk about best friends without Gracie.
I just love it, honestly. Thank you. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, because I know it's not the easiest time, especially for Gracie, who is doing school runs at this time. But just you being here is you honoring your friend Bernadine, and it's just lovely. It's beautiful. Please, I don't have any other questions. I would just like to say, if you were going to say anything, maybe somebody is listening to this, or somebody's going to watch this later on YouTube, and they just like, because I've been with people who like, I don't know what their story, their full stories are, but they really cannot trust another human being. Like it's a problem for them. So when they hear things like this, they're sniggering, like, I beg you. Or deep down, they really want it, but they don't even know where to start, what to do, how to go about it. If there's somebody per adventure like that, what would you say to help that person take the next step to building a solid relationship or friendship?
Can I go first? I think the best thing I'll tell that person is this: imagine the person you want as a friend and be that person. So if you want somebody that is kind, be kind. If you want somebody that is God fearing, be God fearing. If you want somebody that is generous with time or with money, be that person. And then after you be that person, or rather, as- trust God. There's nothing silly you cannot ask God about. You know, There's nothing silly you cannot ask God about. I think that's one of the prayer requests. Even I told her when I got here, and I was like, I just need a friend in this town, you know. And I was able to tell her, and we prayed about it. I didn't really get a friend, but I got acquaintances. I got
Maybe my prayer
acquaintances.
was not strong enough. Don't replace me.
But the bottom line is that, you know, you can ask God about it. I don't know if Jonathan was asking God about his friend, about the friendship, when he made him the friend to David. But I think God knows that we all need it. And so because of that, be bold enough to ask him for that. That's just my take on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, please, Bernadine.
Okay, so I would say, like start small. Start to start with being someone's friend. It's like when you meet someone, you don't just meet someone and immediately tell the person everything about you, and learn about someone. Learn about the person's value. Learn if it's someone you're comfortable with. Just as Gracie has said, you're praying about it. Most likely, you'll find that you guys have the same value systems, the same things that you can talk about, but you have, the different ways that you approach it. Okay. And you have the different strengths that you bring to the table, and you appreciate those strengths. So you appreciate your differences, and you also appreciate where you people are united on. And as you work on being a good friend to that person, you find that you are now able to move to the next level of being better friends and then best friends. It doesn't just happen, oh, the first day we're best friends. We're not 2-year-olds or 3-year-olds that can just say today we're best friends, and then the next day I'm no longer her best friend because she did this. So try and graduate the relationship and pray about it, and believe that there's no perfect person. And so, are you ready to deal with the imperfections that you see from a place of love? And will that person also deal with your own imperfections from a place of love? And that's where, you are able to get to that place of best friends. There was a time we would talk. Once people see me, they just know, oh, you're going to our office, or she's coming to your office, because we'll talk all the time. Now we're apart, sometimes a week, 2 weeks. And the last time we spoke, I was literally thinking, I haven't spoken to Grace in like a week plus. And the next thing my phone rang, and I was like, Grace, I was just thinking about reaching out to you. So we also appreciate that the place we are in right now, the fact that we're not talking all the time doesn't mean we are no longer best friends. And hallelujah, she's yet to get a best friend in the US. I pray for you, but let them remain acquaintances. So that's just my little pep talk on it. Be a good friend, better friend, and then it will be very easy to be a best friend with someone. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Grace, please wrap us up because I love this.
I love it. I'm feeling so mushy mushy right now. So okay, I'll just say, okay, you have 1 minute to to say something to Gracie, and just a few seconds to say something to Gracie. And Gracie, you also have 1 minute to say something to Bernadine. So over to you, please.
Chris, it seems you're cracking up again. Grace, it's cracking up again.
So I don't know.
Okay, so you go first because it's cracking up.
I love you.
Or you
That's
go
all I have
first.
to say.
I think you have to go
Okay, let me
first,
go
and
first
then let's see.
because we can't hear you.
So let us see if she can find a place to park for a minute to say, but you go first, Bernadine.
As
Okay,
we wrap
okay.
up.
So Gracie, thank you so much for being my best friend for the past over 20 years. You've seen me cry, you've seen me be strong, you've seen me lose everything, you've seen me struggle. You've smelt my poop. We've been in the same room. My dad would say, are you people in the same room? Because we prep for exams together. Like My dad would say, "Did you share the same room with her?" She's my best friend. She knows when I'm, doing the do. So thank you for just, seeing me there and not judging me. See me make mistakes and not judging me, and just loving me and holding my hand and helping me to be a better version of myself. You keep on pushing me. I appreciate you and I love you so, so very much.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Do you need tissue?
I do. I think I do. Doc, are you there? What's your message for your bestie?
Oh, Doc is
I'm
on the
here.
move now. Okay.
Devil is a
Yeah, the
liar.
audio. Okay. Yeah, I know, right?
Even though we're hoping that someone will see this tomorrow
You
and it
can
will
think
just
of what
change their
she wants
perspective.
to say to me and say it to me.
Yeah, I can imagine what she has to say, but it's always better if it comes out from the person. Um, I guess we would because we need to wrap up now. Should we give
Yeah.
her some minutes before? If not, this
Yeah. The
was
audio is not
really
coming through.
it's
But it's
not coming
okay.
Gracie,
We
through.
just
know.
mute Gracie. Mute Gracie. It's not
No,
clear,
it's
so
fine.
don't
I can
worry.
mute on her behalf since she's driving. It's okay. We understand now. We know we have an idea of what she's also going to say back to you. And we just want to wish you both the best. And just like she mentioned, you transferring the same mindset to your kids and to even other young people around you. And I'm hoping that someday you can, when you get to reunion again, something like that, that you just have a session like this, like just where you have young people come together and just share your story, because truly your story is quite inspiring and encouraging. Like, this is possible. 20 years is not beans, like I said, and it's interesting to see how much you ladies. Okay, we can hear you. It's still breaking the door. Mm, Say it again. Yes, we can hear you. It's a little cracky, but we can hear you. Okay, now I think she can't hear us. Yeah, she can't. Yeah. We can hear you. I can hear you, but it's crack. It's still breaking. Uh, Gracie, I can't hear you again. Okay, no worries. We're just going to wrap it up here. Thank you so very much for being a part of the show today. We really appreciate you. Keep being amazing. Keep making the difference as you continue your friendship. And guys, this is a proof to you that true friendships still exist. And we can't wait to share more relationship or more friendship stories with you in the next couple of weeks as we go on this series. And if you're here and you have a bestie and you're like, oh my God, let's go and share our stories too, please come around. We are open to take more of this, because what we want to do is actually share more hope to say that friendships is still very important in this time and age where individualism is, propagated. But yeah, so thank you so much for being a part. Gracie, I know you're still trying to say something. Yes, we can hear you.
That is easy. The network is not letting it happen.
Yes, the network is not letting it go through. So, but no problem. Thank you so much. We're going to wrap up here today, and we'll see you again next week with another duo sharing their stories. Yes, Doc, can you hear me? Oh, we can't hear you. It's breaking. No worries. Thank you so much for your time. All right, guys. See you
We
next
know you
week.
love her though. We know if there's anything we're certain about, we know
Absolutely.
you love her. And I think that's okay for us.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, everyone, and see you next week. Bye bye.